the Giants defense did something they haven't done all season. That is blitzing the quarterback. Today, we're going to go over how the Giants absolutely destroyed the Cleveland Browns defense and completely changed up their game from what they previously done in their past 2 games and what is the norm for Shane Bowen and his defense. So let's get into what the Giants did to completely scramble this Browns offense. So looking at it here, you look at 2 eye safeties. What you think is a 4-man rush, right? Because you got this player matched up on the slot player, this linebacker lined up here. Like, this looks like a normal zone defense, and it's not anything out of the ordinary from what we've seen from Shane Bowen, because all he does is 4-man rushes and play zone coverage. He plays back, you know? So right off the bat, you're looking at double nickel pressure, double nickel blitz, okay? Where you got Micah McFadden playing the slot and Drew Phillips playing in the slot. They both go on a blitz. And Micah McFadden does such a great job selling this. I mean, of course, the first play, we got to talk about the Micah McFadden. All right, the best Micah in the NFC East. So check out how he sells this blitz, okay? He's fixing his glove. I mean, it's normal. He's just waiting for the snap. He's waiting to play coverage, looking at his receiver. Watch as soon as... Look at it. He's moving before the snap is even made. He's not doing the typical linebacker blitz where they're jabbing, they're trying to make the quarterback scared or whatever, and trying to make him wonder if they're gonna pull back or not. He's faking that he's playing coverage. He sells this so well, where to the point where Deshaun Watson is not even concerned about him. Deshaun Watson isn't making any slide protections, any audibles, nothing, because he doesn't think there is any blitz coming whatsoever. And look how fast Micah McFadden is off to the races here. Azeez Ojulari takes the inside, and Micah McFadden is off to the races. Azeez Ojulari gets inside to have DeJuan Jones pay attention to him, and Micah is just a free rusher. And incomplete pass. Not a sack, incomplete pass. But check this out. We are not even going to cover all the sacks in this video because that would just be redundant. I mean, the Giants had 8 sacks in this game. There are other plays to go over. I think I went over maybe 4 or 5 of them. Check out this design blitz here. Shane Bowen reached deep in his bag with this one. I mean, this was a great design blitz here. Check out Jason Pinnock. Amari Cooper's going to be in motion here in the slot. Pinnock is matched up on him. And he's going to motion in. And he's going to follow him as if he's playing man coverage. So that's pretty much telling Deshaun Watson, hey, these guys are in man coverage. So you're probably looking at cover 1. Something normal, something sweet, right? So off the snap, it's Jason Pinnock who was with the motion man that's blitzing. And Tyler Nubin coming down and covering that man from his single high safety spot. And it's Dane Belton, who was in the hook zone as a safety, playing that robber role. And he's the one that backs out. What a great design of a blitz here. And it completely scrambles Deshaun Watson. The pressure gets there. You look at it from the box view. And this was just such a great design. You see Jason Pinnock, he's going to rush off the edge. Kayvon is going to stun inside, cutting off the step up from Deshaun Watson. He's cutting that off because if Kayvon were to just overload blitz here and have 3-on-1, this would have gave Deshaun Watson a clear lane to step up and run. But Kayvon shuts it down with the stunt, and it's just easy pickings, man. There was no way for him to go. And that's Dexter Lawrence with the sack. That is a beautifully designed blitz that I didn't think Shane Belton was capable of. That's a Wink Martindale type blitz right there. That is really nicely done. I love it. Again, here's another sack. We're going to go over 3 sacks in a row here. Is Micah McFadden and Bobby Okereke stunting together. Micah's going to go over. The running back's going to take him. It's not going to matter. This was great. Micah gets in there for the sack. I mean, Dexter got free so damn quick. See Dexter swimming over. The center, pay attention to him. He gets free eventually, but Micah gets in there to get that sack. Another another one. Another great design blitz here. You're going to have Dexter Lawrence on the nose, and he's going to crash. He's going to slant inside to this A gap. Chapman's going to take the other A gap, and it's going to allow Bobby Okereke to delay blitz through this wide open hole here. But it's not even him who gets the sack. It's Elijah Chapman, the undrafted free agent rookie, who gets in there because he's so damn small. Ethan Pocic couldn't get hands on him. He didn't even know who was on him. He was so damn small, he was able to slip right by. I mean, come on now. 5'11", 278. This man is tiny. This guy is like a running back, like a fullback, rushing the passer. Beautifully done. And he's so strong. He's one of the strongest guys on the team. One of the smallest, but one of the strongest guys on the team. He's not letting go of Deshaun Watson. Other people are going to slip off of that sack, and momentum is going to shake him off. But he's not letting go. He takes down Deshaun Watson. Here I thought, watching the broadcast film, during the game, that it was just the pressure that really got to that Browns offense that made them almost dysfunctional. They weren't able to do anything against the Giants' defense at all. But you got to love this zone coverage here from the Giants. This is just plain blanket coverage because, listen, both the trio of those wide receivers, Elijah Moore, I think this is Amari Cooper here, or maybe Amari is here. Elijah Moore, Amari Cooper, Jerry Jeudy, all these guys can get down the field extremely, extremely fast. And so you don't want to run trail technique at all on these guys, which is when you intentionally get behind the receiver to play trail technique. You want to blanket these guys. This is blanket coverage. This is what I like to call blanket coverage. You just stay over top of these guys and don't allow anything over top to allow run after the catch. You want to only allow what you're giving them, and you have to crash on that ball. Make sure you crash on that ball and do not miss the tackle. Look at Micah McFadden here. Crash on that ball along with Bobby Okereke and shut it down. The only thing they're going to get is only what you're giving them. That is great blanket zone coverage here. Look at this. Nobody is open. Technically, everybody is open where you could throw the ball to them, but there's no room for running after the catch. There's just none of that. You're only allowing what you're giving them. Now listen, Deonte Banks did not have a good time versus Amari Cooper in this game. It was pretty bad, especially towards the end of the game. But this was a good win here for Tay Banks. He's on the bottom of your screen with Amari Cooper, and the Giants are showing cover one. So this is one-on-one coverage here. Deshaun Watson recognizes that. He wants to take a shot to the veteran receiver. But look at Tay Banks' technique here. Watching those hips, making sure there's no cutback, and look, playing close, has that arm on him, and pushes him to the outside. This is great man coverage right here. Inside leverage and not biting on anything, not opening up your hips too early. Look at that. Step for step on him. The only time you open your hips is when he's releasing, staying on him, and pushing him to the end, to the sideline, making that sideline like another defender, where you're cutting that space off. And you're giving him a very slight window to make a play and a very small window for the quarterback to throw the ball. This was a great play by Tay Banks. Great job. I don't remember who the penalty was on, but it doesn't matter. This is a great rep with Tay Banks. Now, this is absolute perfection in zone coverage. They're showing cover two right now, two high safeties. Look how far off those cornerbacks are from the receivers. This is almost showing quarters, right? This is almost showing quarters technique, but this quickly turns into cover three, and look how good of a job that this safety here, Tyler Nubin, plays this off, because his responsibility is the flat. There's nobody in the flat, so there is no need to hit this flat right away and just run to your zone. Work your way over there and be a body, be a barrier, in between these routes until you get to your zone. And Tyler Nubin does a great job of doing that. There's a post route here. You've got the corner in cover three playing outside, right? He's giving the inside, but Tyler Nubin is there cutting off that window, and then he starts to work his way to the flat. shutting that down. Look at everybody else. Nobody is open at all until Deshaun Watson gets out the pocket. It's just a 4-man rush, and it was just enough for this 4-man rush to flush Deshaun Watson out of this pocket and for it to be an incomplete pass, almost a sack. This is how you have coverage sacks. This is this type of zone defense. Great job by the rookie here, not getting too anxious, not running to your flat automatically because that's your assignment. Working your way over there and playing coverage until you get there, until somebody is a threat in the flat. And he cut off that window. That could have been a shot there to Cedric Tillman. That could have been a shot if Newbin were to just run to this flat and try to get to this running back. Cedric Tillman could have cut this off. This could have been a completed pass. Now, these next 3 plays are all Brian Burns. He had a compilation, a three-peat of really good plays that I really want to highlight. And these were consecutive as I was going through the film here based on what I wanted to show. So check out this get off by Brian Burns, okay? I'm going to run this in slow motion. Watch the ball and watch Brian Burns top of the screen here, okay? I'm going to run this in slow motion. He's out before that ball is even snapped. Watch. He's moving before that ball is even snapped. It's almost like he knew when that ball was going to be snapped. Look at that. That is one of the most perfect get-offs you can get. He almost gets there, but it pays off with a pressure. Dexter Lawrence is able to crash and collapse the pocket, incomplete ball, and that is how you rush the passer with a 4-man rush. Brian Burns is starting to heat up. He's had a tough couple of games, not being able to do much of anything against the Commanders and Vikings, but did a really good. That matchup with DeJuan Jones was so good. I mean, DeJuan Jones has no chance against a speedy athlete like Brian Burns. DeJuan is huge. He's strong, can play the run very well, but again, in the passing game, when it comes to Brian Burns, there's just not much of a chance. Okay, again, watch Brian Burns. His work finally pays off. He's been working DeJuan Jones the majority of this game. You got split gun here, running back in protection. He doesn't recognize anything going on with Brian Burns. And DeJuan Jones left one-on-one. It's just not good. It's just not good. Look at this. Stay with it. Nothing fancy. You don't need a spin move. You don't need to fake inside. You already have this guy where you want him. Boom. Strip sack, baby. Beautiful. Beautiful. Brian Burns gets his first sack as a Giant. And he's starting to heat up, man. Now, the last play we're going to talk about with Brian Burns, watch him right here to your right. He's playing his normal spot here on the edge. Look, he's probably going to rush the passer, double A gap pressure, maybe a blitz coming, right? So there is just a 4-man rush. No blitz because Belton drops back and so does Brian Burns. But here's the thing. Deshaun Watson sees that Brian Burns drops back. He took the shot with Jerry Jeudy anyway. Look at this coverage from Brian Burns. We haven't seen much of coverage from Brian. I know he's played a little bit of that in Carolina, but not much as a Giant. Look at his athleticism here. Look at the legs. How he's able to stop on a dime like a defensive back, like a safety. Look at this. Perfect coverage. And look at the wingspan he has. His limbs are just long as hell. Look at this. Almost an interception here. I mean, Brian Burns had a strip sack, multiple pressures, almost had an interception. That's a pass defense right there for Brian Burns. He had himself a game, man. Only 1 sack, but I'll tell you what, you watch this film, he was working this defense all game long. Now, you can't forget about this run game. The Giants did a really good job against the run as well. The Giants have struggled so far this season, and they've allowed one of the most yards per carry in the NFL, including total running yards. So this is not a team that can stop the run extremely well. But you can see they did a really good job in this game doing just that. You're going to see this is duo, the blocking scheme here for the Cleveland Browns. So you're going to have a double team. You've got a double team right here, but Jerry Jeudy could just kind of let's go. But this is duo right here, and you've got check out 71 here. I think there's Jedrick Wills here. He's going to move up to the second level. He gets pushed off by Nacho. Look at Nacho shrugging off that double team block. Look how strong Nacho is here. shrugging off Jedrick Wills. And Micah McFadden doing the same thing and just closing up against the run. This is why I didn't really want to cover a lot of run plays because it would just be redundant. But this is just what it was. Nothing was opening up. Sure, there were a couple of plays where Jerome Ford kind of bounced it outside and kept running. But the majority of the time when Deontay Foreman and Jerome Ford had the ball, this is what it was. I mean, just the defensive line standing tall, not being moved. Doesn't matter if they were double team blocked or whatever, shrugging off that tackle and closing the gap. And just gang tackling. Just crash to the ball. That's what you want. Teamwork. Absolute teamwork. And the last play we're going to cover today. This is perfect coverage. Way to flush him out the pocket. This is why cover one is my favorite coverage out of all coverages in the NFL, because it is the most versatile. Why is that? When you have a secondary that can play man-to-man coverage with just a single high back there, you can do literally anything you want with your front seven. You can blitz your entire front seven. You can, play man-to-man coverage with your linebackers, send one or two guys on a blitz here and there. You can do anything you want with your front seven if you've got man-to-man coverage, and you don't have to worry about doubling anybody. You don't have to worry about playing zones, getting to your assignment. It's just straight up mano-a-mano, man-to-man coverage with a single high back there. You can use your safety for whatever you wanted to do. This is why cover one is so effective. Look what the Giants do here. This is an insane blitz. Look how much white is back here. Look how many white jerseys are back here. That quickly. Like a flood, like a horde of zombies, breaking through the barriers. Nobody's open. And this is just man-to-man coverage. Just two guys downfield. Okay? Jerry Jeudy and who is this? Amari Cooper. Man-to-man coverage. Nobody's open, brother. Nobody's open. Safety is guarding anything that goes down deep. And look at this. Beautiful, beautiful coverage here. And like I said, it allows your front seven to do whatever you want it to do. Pinnock is blitzing. You've got Okereke matched up on the running back. Micah McFadden is blitzing. Flushes him out. Incomplete. That's why cover one is the best coverage in the NFL. Alrighty, that is everything I got for you guys today. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe for all things New York Giants. The Giants play tomorrow, Thursday Night Football. I'm getting this out on Wednesday. Very excited for that. But that being said, leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Leave a like if you guys enjoyed. Subscribe if you guys are new. And we'll see you all next time. Woo!